Let's see what this is.
All right. Everyone's talking about the debate still.
This is Dave Portnoy. This is Dave Portnoy. The debate was, I streamed some of it. I think it could have gone way better for Trump. I think all Trump had to do was show up, dismiss all the banter, and just answer the questions. And I think he would have done way better than trying to defend himself the whole time. There's no point in that. And back and forth, like it doesn't matter. Joe, he can't talk, so we already know what was going to happen there.
The highlight was that golf back and forth. Just Trump saying he won 2 championships, not senior tournaments, normal club championships.
Exactly.
He hits the ball long.
Not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it.
And then Biden saying he's a 6 handicap, play man. Well, the whole thing was.
Yeah, talking about golf scores.
The best comedy writer.
That's hilarious.
Scripted.
I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6.
It's the biggest lie that he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
It's hilarious.
But I have, how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
The other takeaway, the major one, is everyone's just saying how bad.
Hey, that is hilarious.
Joe Biden looked. And I'm not talking.
He looked terrible.
And the Trump.
I haven't watched this yet, but I was surprised that CNN was not cutting him off at first. And then I realized that I do think they may run another candidate come August at DNC. Who that's going to be, I don't know. But I do think that might be a potential. So this is a pretty easy way to transition that by keeping him on. Because I was wondering, they're relatively fair in that they weren't cutting him off. They're letting him stutter through to the end and, not protecting him as they usually do. And I think that is opening up a path for a new candidate, personally.
People, Democrats, CNN, just shoveling dirt on him, being like he didn't do what he had to do. He looked weak. We may have to make a change.
He looks tired.
I think the question answers itself.
Yeah, may have to make a change. I hadn't heard that.
Better than he did.
There is no 2 ways about it. That was not a good debate for Joe Biden.
That was painful. We're still far from our convention, and there is time for this party to figure out a different way forward if he will allow us to
I haven't
do
seen
that.
any of that.
Am I taking crazy pills here?
That's hilarious.
I thought Joe Biden gave a A++ effort for Joe Biden. That was as good as Joe Biden could ever do in a debate. Before it started, I tweeted out, how are the Democrats allowing Joe Biden to do a debate?
Yeah, I mean, if you remember the last debates,
the guy is a vegetable. He's gone. He
he's smoked.
Nursing home.
The dude smoked. It's sad.
It
sucks.
I didn't think he'd be able to find his way from the green room.
I mean, no matter what side of the aisle you fall on, that sucks to watch somebody have to go through that. It's terrible.
To the podium without getting lost. I didn't think he'd be able to stand up.
Not to mention it makes us look like a joke.
Nap in the middle of it. He did better than my wildest expectation. So if you're a Democrat and you're like, oh, Biden didn't look good, what were you expecting? Where have you been for the last 2 years? Joe Biden, that was an all-star effort from that guy. He usually freezes up, can't see, gets panicked. He's 1,000 years old, and he acts 1,000 years old. He belongs in a home.
It's terrible.
See Joe Biden at the end of it being, hey.
I think that was Kamala in one of them. Who's heard from her? Like, I haven't seen anything from her. Like, nothing.
Joey,
like she's
open your mouth.
MIA.
The airplane with the mashed peas.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the.
Yeah, no shit. That's as good as Biden can be. I know Trump's only a couple years younger, but he's lucid. That could be Trump in a couple years. He's still together.
Yeah, you never know.
Joe Biden doesn't know where he is. All right.
Yeah,
Joe
it's true.
Biden
It's sad, man. It really is sad.
gone. And there's nothing wrong. I actually feel bad. Like when you're in your mid-80s,
I do too.
You shouldn't be
it's crazy.
In the middle of a debate with the entire world watching. You should be
it's
watching
crazy.
Matlock and being spoon-fed
chilling.
foods.
Chilling.
Which brings to the next point, the more important point, the scary point, if we're being totally honest. The Democrats had to know that.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you agree to a debate with Biden at this stage, the earliest debate of all time, when you know
no, it lets him
he's
save
gone,
face.
when you know he can't speak, when
it
you
lets
know
him save
he's a
face.
veteran?
Yeah.
because they want to whack him. Because they know he is not going to be the nominee. I said this 10 months ago.
Well, they could
11 months
probably
ago,
do better with
when
anybody
Gavin
right
Newsom,
now.
And go look who's trending. Gavin Newsom. When
Gavin
Newsom
is.
was in China, being an
But his poll
idiot
numbers are
playing
bad.
basketball versus these little Chinese kids. He steamrolls one of them and like molests them after. I'm like, this guy's gonna run for president.
Oh yeah. It's like, dude. That guy.
It's so obvious. Why,
That
as a
dude.
governor, are you taking a tour of the world? For what purpose?
Right.
Because he knew, and the Democrats
Gotta
have
make them
known,
deals,
Joe
man.
Biden is gone. He's gone, and they need somebody else. And this is the scary part. Like I said, Gavin Newsom is poison. He is the worst of the worst.
Oh, yeah,
I would
for
rather
sure.
Joe Biden and his
I'm from California. I would still live there if it wasn't for people like him. That was the nicest state. And it's turned to trash. Complete and utter trash. It sucks every single cent out of your pocket. Taxed out of control. Everything's broken. Everything's dirty. It's disgusting, except the little bubbles like Irvine or places like that. There's little teeny rich bubbles that are okay. But everything else is toast. And during COVID, Gavin was up where I'm at, up in North Idaho, in his summer house. So he didn't have to do the mandates that he made everybody else in the state of California do. So he didn't have to, go through his own, obey his own rules and laws. So rules for thee, not for me. Anybody like that's not a leader. So yeah, that dude's
his pea brains
roasted.
and his mush brains and his dementia than Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is everything that is wrong with every politician in the world.
100%.
He's the guy who ruined California, strictest lockdowns during COVID. You better wear a mask. I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw
ruined
you in
it.
prison for 100 years if you don't wear a mask. Mask on the beach. Beach is shut. And then was at the French Laundry in Napa Valley throwing a birthday party.
No masks.
in
Imagine
sight at
that.
the time of his life. Rules
Imagine
for me,
that.
not for me.
Hey,
Gavin
just said it.
Newsom, he is going to be the Democratic nomination, and I'm telling you right now,
I was thinking it
the
might be
guy
Michelle.
is poison.
Or Gavin. Yeah, I was kind of considering Michelle or Gavin if they have to run somebody else.